Yes.
But I also haven't seen her or spoken to her. So everyone, come on in. Al Hattabila. Al Hattabila. Al Hattabila. Who sanctified us for your commandments and commanded us upon immersion. No, that's in the team. You have one underneath. Everybody has one? So everyone, welcome, welcome. Oh, there should be prayer books in front of you. And if there's not, that's okay. And they look like this. I mean, I'd say the red books, but there's two red books. For those of you who haven't been to a service before, the first. Oh, Mom. Oh, yes, but there is one under this one. make her into a member.
She's our honorary Temple Beth Eller.
Perfect. Perfect. So first of all, a big welcome to everybody. Is this on? Oh, it is. Here, let me do it this way. I think Sharon is on the line too. So a big welcome to everyone. This is a really amazing day for a lot of reasons. You try to get, I don't know, 3, 5, at least 5 Jews together to commit to the same time and the same day, and then find a body of water. So altogether, it was quite the adventure today. But I know many of you here are here to celebrate Zoe and Miranda's conversion, and we'll talk about that later. But others are here just for Shabbat, which is terrific also. And our service, we just go through this prayer book. And for example, I believe we're going to start someplace in the prayer book. I was looking for you over here to find out where. We're going to start. We'll start on page 10, but if you open page 10, which of course it opens from the proper way, from right to left, you'll notice that there is Hebrew text. You'll notice that there is translation. You'll notice that there's, on the English side, there's sort of red stuff there, which is the Hebrew. You can automatically speak Hebrew, sing Hebrew. There's also commentary on either side. Usually on the left side, it's some sort of beautiful reading or another, and on the right side, it's some sort of historical explanation or explanation of the words. This is kind of how we can pray together and be on the same page, but be in different places. But let's say page 10 is absolutely not interesting to you, so you decide to go to page 188b. Go ahead. You cannot do anything wrong. So, well, I mean, you can do things wrong, but you have to try pretty hard to do that. You'll also notice that for the service, I'm not facing you. I'm going to face the ark. I'm going to face the paper towels that are all over the place here. There, to make it look a little bit nicer. And that's really because the person who's leading the service is really also part of the community. It's not, in other religions, only the priest or only the minister can lead certain things. In Judaism, any Jewish person over the age of 12 or 13 can lead the whole service. And in fact, that's what they do at their B'nai Mitzvah, their Bar, Bat, Brit Mitzvah. So, and you, because you're, yes. So that is why I'm facing, so that's probably a good thing. You don't have to look at my face. But you can focus. Yes, well, I thought it was a joyous occasion. Oh, hey. I thought it was a joyous occasion, so I'd wear this. So I'm going to announce pages. I want you to sing, even if you don't know the melody, even if you don't know the words. You can hum along. You can, there are those very Jewish words, yai, die, 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 die. And there's bye, 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 bye. And could be ay, 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 ay. All are valid and kosher. And really, I just want you to give yourself this hour, however long we're going to be here, time to relax, to meditate if you want. If you have any phones, turn them off, because in here on Shabbat, we close out the rest of the world. Starting now until tomorrow night, I don't want to hear about Mar-a-Lago. I don't want to hear about the FBI. I don't want to hear anything that that starts with a T and ends with an It's all out of my system. No, but that sounds a little too risque for me. I don't know.
from Rabbi Drasner.
Oh, well, so there you go. You have somebody who's like in the music world who knows these things. I just know, sorry, the kind of typical whatevers. But I totally invite you to join along. Now, oh, one more thing. Jews never stop talking. So, the last thing I want to say is before we bring in tonight, it's still today. And today is, some of you might know that Tisha B'Av, the 9th day of Av was last week, and it's the saddest day in the Jewish calendar. It's the day that, tradition says everything bad that happened to the Jews happened on that day. So including the destruction of both temples in Jerusalem. So it's a day of mourning. But today is Tu B'Av, which is the 15th of Av, celebrated in Israel largely as like Valentine's Day. So somehow, I meant to tell you guys this today, but I was so taken with everything that was going on. So there's a lot of love going around today. So just want to let you know. And we start off with a love poem on page 10. Yedid nefesh avarachaman mishoch avdach el ritzonach yarutz avdach kemo hayal yishtachaveh mul hadarach ki erav lo yedidu tach minofet suv vechol tam Adonai ziv haolam nafshi cholat ahavatach anahelna refana lam biharot lam noam zivach az titchazek v'titrapeh v'haitalach shivchat olam v'tikemu rachamecha v'chusna al beno havach ki zeh kama nichsov lirob tiferet uzach ana eli machmad libi chushana ve'al titalam higalena ufros chaviv alai et sukat shalomach ta'ir eretz mikvodach nagila v'nismecha bach maherahu kivamoed v'chaneni kimei olam yala lai 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 yana dai 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 yana dai dai lai 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 yana dai 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 yana dai 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 yana lai 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 yana lai 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 yana dai 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 yana dai dai lai lai yana lai 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 yana lai 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 yana lai 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 yana nai 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 yana lai 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 yana lai 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 We continue on page 11. Lechu neranena l'Adonai, nariya litzur yishenu, nikadma fanav b'todam, bizmirot nariya lo, nikadma fanav b'todam, bizmirot nariya lo, ki el gadol Adonai, umelech gadol al kol Elohim, asher biyado mecherei haaretz, v'toafot harim lo, asher biyado mecherei haaretz, v'toafot harim lo. And this is when you daven on your own, either in Hebrew or in English. It could be out loud or silently. Asher lo hayam v'lo asav v'yavesh yidol rotzav, ba'o nishtachave v'nichra nichra lifnei Adonai Eloseinu, ki hu Eloheinu v'nachal amrotav v'tzad yado hayam v'kolo tishma. Arba'im shana kut bedor v'yomaram te'ei levavhem behem lo yadu derachai asher nishbati v'api im yavon el menuchati. We continue on page 13 in this with this melody. You can yada die die the whole way. Really good harmonizing. I think for some of us, the idea of sing to Adonai a new song has new meanings today. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai baruch hu shemo, basru miyom leyom yeshuato, sapru v'goyim kevodo, v'chol ha'amim nifliotav, ki gadol Adonai, u'melal me'od, norahu, al kol Elohim, ay, 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 ki kol Elohei ha'amim elilim, va'adonai shma'im asaf, hod v'hadar lefanav, oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho, havu l'Adonai mishpachot ha'amim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kivod shemo, zehu mincha, uvo'u lechatzrotav, ay, 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 ishtachavu l'Adonai, b'hadrat kodesh, chilu mipanav, kol haaretz, imru v'goyim, Adonai malach, avtikon tevel, v'altimot, yadin amim b'meisharim, yismachu hashemayim v'tagel haaretz, yiram hayam, u'melo, ya'alo sadai, v'chol asher bo, ay, 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 az yiranenu kol hatzeyar, lifnei Adonai kiva, kiva lishpot haaretz, ya da ya na na ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la la. On page 17. Mizmor shir l'Adonai shir chadash ki niflaot ha'asa hoshia lo yaminu uzro ha'kodsho koim gilas v'taz achar chazak tovagit Yisrael such as Elohinu Zaras pitzchu ranenu zam l'Adonai b'chino Sing to Adonai to the music of the lyre and voices making music together, with horns and shofar cries, trumpet the presence of the sovereign Adonai. Let the sea and all that is in it roar, the earth and all who inhabit it thunder. Let rivers clap hands while mountains sing in harmony, greeting Adonai who comes to judge the earth, judging the world with justice and the nations with truth. Lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz, yishpot tevel b'tzedek, v'yamim b'meisharim. And I don't usually just do part of a psalm, but we might as well because it's a good tune. So on page 20, the last three lines of this psalm, Psalm 99, Ramamu Adonai Eloheinu. Ramamu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lahar kodsho. Ramamu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Ramamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Ramamu. Ya la 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 and la 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 ya la 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 ya na 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 la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la ya na na Yai, yai, la 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 la. And we turn to page 21 as we rise. Mizmor LaDavid, havu l'Adonai b'ne'elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kavod shemo, hishtachavu l'Adonai b'hadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al ha'mayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai, Adonai, amayim rabim, kol Adonai ba'koach, kol Adonai behadar, kol Adonai shover arazim, vayshaber Adonai et arzei havanon, vayarkidem kemo egel Levanon v'Sirion kemo ven re'emim kol Adonai chotzev lahavotesh kol Adonai yachil Adonai midbar kadesh kol Adonai yecholel ayalot vayachasof ye'arot uvehechalo kulo omer kavod kulo omer kavod kavod. Adonai lama bu yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech leolam. Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Feel free to be seated. And I love this meditation on page 22, and there's a nigun, there's a melody without words that goes with it. It goes like this. La 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 ya la 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 ya da 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 la ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya da 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la la ya na 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. If you would, may your mighty right hand undo the knot that ties us up. Accept the prayers of your people. You who are revered, raise us up, cleanse us. Almighty, if you would, guard as the apple of your eye those who seek your unity. Bless them, cleanse them, have compassion on them, always act justly towards them. Mighty, Holy One, in your abundant goodness, guide your people. Alone, exalted, turn to your people who invoke your holiness. Listen to our pleas, hear our cries, knowing the hidden depths within us. Praise be the name of the one whose glorious sovereignty is forever and ever. Page 23, Lachadodi. We bring in Shabbat with Lachadodi. Lechadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmianu, El hamiuchad Adonai echad, U'shemo echad l'shem u'letiferet v'letila. Lechadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha ki mekor ha'veracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshavat chila. Lechadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech Ir malucha hakumitzi, mitocha hafecha harav lach shevet, b'yemek habacha v'hu yachamol alayechem la. Lechadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitna ari me'afarku mili shibig day. Tifartecha mi al yad ben Yishai, Beit alach mi korva el nafshi, nafshi ke'allah. Pnei Shabbat nekabela, hitoreri, Adonai, alayich nigla lecha dodi likrat kahala, pnei Shabbat nekabela, lo tevoshi v'lo tikami ma tishtochachi, umatehmi bach yachesu ani ami v'nivneta. Ir altila lecha dodi likrat kahala, pnei Shabbat nekabela, v'hayulim shiso jo asayich v'rachaku kol mivalayich yasis alayich Elohayich kimsos Chatan al kala lecha dodi likrat kahala, pnei Shabbat nekabela, yamin usmol tifrotzi v'et Adonai ta'aritzi al yadish ben partzi v'nismecha v'nagila lecha dodi likrat kahala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. We rise as the doors open and we welcome in Shabbat. Bo'i v'shalom ateret ba'ala gam b'simcha u'v'tzahala tochemune am segula. Bo'i kala lecha dodi likrat kahala, pnei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kahala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Wow. So I realize, feel free to be seated. I realize that though I give you the first page that we sing, I don't tell you when to turn the page. So I hope you're okay and you're not, you don't care. That's what I'm hoping. It's time to light candles.
Joey and Miranda, do you want to go to the lighting booth?
Rabbi, do you think that's what they should do?
I think they should do that because they're new.
If they would like to, and they could do it with their friends and sisters and spouses to be if they want, and spouses if the spouse wants.
I'm the family secretary.
Don't jinx it. So candle lighting is on some page or another. It is, there it is. It's on page 4. And I invite you, this is what brings in, kind of the community brings in Shabbat, because we still have a couple hours until the time of Shabbat. But I invite you to take some deep breaths. Bring in Shabbat and let out the week, wherever your week has been. And this is sort of the beginning of relaxing. And we'll spread the light to the world. Well done. On your holy Shabbat, may these candles be a sign of blessing, and may they allow the joy of Shabbat to rest upon us. So now we turn back to whatever page we were not on. There we are, on page 27, a song for the day of Shabbat. Mizmor, mizmor, mizmor shir, shir leyom haShabbat. Mizmor, mizmor, mizmor shir, shir leyom haShabbat. Tov, 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 tov lehodot, tov, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha, l'shimcha elyon. Tov, 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 tov lehodot, tov, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha, l'shimcha elyon. It is good to thank you, Adonai, and to sing your name most high, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. Finger the lute, pluck the harp, let the sound of the lyre rise up. You gladdened me with your deeds, Adonai, and I shall sing of your handiwork. How wonderful are your works, Adonai, how subtle your designs. The arrogant do not understand. The fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass, and every evildoer blossoms only to be destroyed forever. But you, Adonai, are exalted for all time. Turn the page. Surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies will perish. All who commit evil will be scattered. As a wild bull raises up its horn, you raised my head high, anointed it with fresh oil. As my enemies gather against me, my gaze remains steady, for my ears listen and hear. The righteous flourish like the date palm, thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they flourish in our God's courtyards. In old age, they remain fruitful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming, Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no flaw. Tzadikatam har yifra, ke'erez balvanon yizgeh, shetulim beveit Adonai, b'chatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun b'seva d'shenim v'ra'ananim yeyu lahagid ki yashar Adonai tzuri v'lo havlatabo. And on page 29, we conclude Kabbalat Shabbat with the Cape Elizabeth, Fort Williams Psalm. Adonai is sovereign, robed in splendor, girded in strength. The earth stands firm, not to be dislodged. From earliest time you were enthroned, you are eternal. The rivers rise up, Adonai. The rivers raise up their roar. The rivers raise up their waves. Above the roar of the vast sea and the majestic breakers of the ocean, Adonai stands supreme in the heavens. In your house, beautiful in its holiness, your testimonies endure, Adonai, for all time. Edotecha nemnu meod leveitcha navakodesh Yamim. On page 30, I invite those who have Kaddish, who are saying Yartzeit, who have a Yartzeit or are in mourning, to join with me as we recite Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Shmei Rabbah, B'yamad Divra Kirute, V'yamlich Malchute, B'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chayedachol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala Uvizman Kariv V'yamaru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mavorach Leolam Le'omei Omaya. Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitpa'ar, Yitramam, Yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, Shemei Dekudesha, B'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Da'amiran b'yalma v'imeru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yamaru. Amen. And we all rise as we turn to page 39a. And we begin the Mariv service, the evening service. Baruch hu et Adonai hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Mavorach Leolam Vahed. Feel free to be seated as we continue on page 39a. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro mariv v'arvim v'chochma potei hasharim. Tim mechaliv et hazmanim mesader kochavim mishmartei v'kikotzano b'reim alayla k'leila. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai tzivahot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamidim lo chaleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch ata Adonai, hamariv aravim. Continue on page 40. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael amachavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachveinu v'kumenu Nasiach bechukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu v'orech yameinu, v'orech yameinu, u'vahem negel yomam v'layla, yomam v'layla. V'yavatecha al tasim mimenu le'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Page 41. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha, u'v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol meodecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi metzavecha, hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvlechtecha v'derech, uv'shachbecha uv'kumecha, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. We continue on page 42 individually, and we'll come together at the bottom of the page. Adonai Elohechem Emet. We continue on page 43b. 43b. You proclaimed the covenant on the seventh day. You declared it and decreed it. We listened and heard it. You loved this day we inherited, delighting in its remembrance, and began its command with the word remember, Zachor. From the time you bestowed it, joy filled the hearts of Yeshurun and the people you redeemed, securing the cause of righteousness. You exalted Shabbat as a sign between us forever. In 6 days your world was formed. On the seventh day you rested. And on this day, Israel, your people rest. To honor your name, they sing songs of praise to the one deserving of praise. On page 44. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות אוסף אלה מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה אלי אנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגולו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל Yisrael. Continue on page 45. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Ve'hamidenu Malkeinu lechaim ufros aleinu sukkot sukkot shalom echa v'taknenu be'etza tova milifanecha v'hoshienu laman shemecha v'hagen be'adei Shamor Teitenu Voenu Lechaim V'Shalom Me'ata Ve'ad Olam Me'ata Ve'ad Olam Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shalom Echa Baruch Atah Adonai Aporei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael Ve'al Yerushalayim. We turn to page 46 as we rise, and I'll chant page 46, and then we have a moment of our own prayer. The Amida begins on page 47, but also whatever prayer is in your hearts is appropriate. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam beini u'bnei Yisrael oti le'olam oti le'olam oti le'olam v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et ha'aretz v'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash v'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah v'yamad divra kirtei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'yimeru amen Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'le'olam Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'shema v'yinaseh v'yidhadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha berichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram v'yamak v'yimeru
shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Page 53. Vayachulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzevam, vayachol Elohim bayom hashvi'i malachto asher asa, vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol malachto asher asa, vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i, vayikadesh oto, kivo shavat mikol malachto asher bara Elohim lasod. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibur v'Hanora, El Elyon, Konei Shamayim va'aretz, Magen Avot bidvaro, Mechaye Metim b'ma'amaro, Ha'el HaKadosh she'en kamohu, Hameniach le'amo b'yom Shabbat kodsho, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Lefanav navud b'yira v'fachad, v'nodeh lishmo b'chol yom tamid, me'on habrachot. Adon Hashalom, Mekadesh HaShabbat, Umevarech Shavi, Umeniach Bigdusha, Le'amedu Shnei Oneg, Zecher L'Maaseh, L'Maaseh V'Reshit. Page 54. Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu, Ritzei v'imnuchatenu, Kodshenu b'mitzvotecha, V'tein chelkenu b'toratecha, Sabenu mituvecha, V'samachenu b'shuatecha, V'taher libenu le'avdecha be'emet, V'hanchilenu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava uvratzon, Shabbat kodshecha v'yanuchu v'Yisrael Kodeshei Shemecha, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Kaddish Shalem. Yikdal v'yikdash meraba, b'yamad yivra kirtei v'yamlech malchutei, v'chayechon v'mechon, v'chayedecho b'et Yisrael, b'agalav v'zman kariv yimeru, amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach, le'olam le'omei omaya, yidbar. Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'jaman v'yitnaseh v'yidadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shmei dekudusha b'richu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushachata v'nechamata, damiram b'yamav yimeru, amen. Tikabal sotan v'adhonu ko Yisrael kadmu v'hon divishmai v'yimeru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim, aleini v'o ko Yisrael v'yimeru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'yimeru. Amen.
Feel free to be seated.
Let me do this. So, not only is this Valentine's Day, Tu B'Av, but actually the Parsha Ve'et Hanan is this really great Parsha that has both the Shema and V'ahavta. These are central parts of actually we just did them, and the Ten Commandments. And whenever, so it's a pretty important Parsha to be here tonight. We're not going to read it, don't worry. And when I say Parsha, it means the portion of the Torah that we read each week. But one time, I can never think of Parshat Ve'et Hanan without remembering being at this small shul in Clinton, Massachusetts, wonderful place, where this woman was giving the Sedra, as they called it, and she came up and she said, there's really nothing new in this week's Torah portion. It's just the Shema and the Ten Commandments. And I always have to laugh about that because, I guess we think, ho-hum, they're the Ten Commandments, we're saying the Shema all the time, big deal. But what I really love about our tradition is how, not everybody loves this, but how we read the same thing. Like, really, if we were going to go nuts about it, we would be praying 3 times a day, every day. Actually, many people do that, right? And I was just going to say the reason that I know the tefillot, the prayers, as well as I do, is because I daven 3 times a day, every single day. I don't anymore, but so. How do you do that? How do you have, the rabbis talk about this thing, keva and kavanah, that you have the fixed prayer and you have intention when you pray. And Abraham Joshua Heschel, one of my favorite teachers, said that if you have just keva, if you just have the fixed prayer, without kavanah, without intention and mindfulness and thinking about it, it's dead. But if you only have kavanah, you only have the mindfulness, you only have intention, you've left the words of the book completely, then he says you have chaos. So you need a little bit of both. And for me, that doesn't happen all the time all together. Sometimes I'm in chaos, sometimes I'm just in the deadly part, and then there are times when they come together. And I have to say that today, and Lauren and I were talking about this as we were in the car, today was one of those days for me, and I think for you also, but I can only talk about myself, as we celebrated these conversions, and in a way they weren't even conversions, they were affirmations. And by the time you get to the mikvah, you're really very clear about what you want to be and what you want to do. But it is such a time when the keva, the law, let me ask you these questions and tell me what you think about God and tradition and why are you doing this crazy thing, and all those things are sort of the keva. The kavanah, the mindfulness that goes with it and the thought that goes behind it come together in this really powerful, powerful way. And I know I feel like emotionally exhausted and physically exhausted, and you must feel the same. But Lauren and I were talking about how privileged we are to be in these moments. Today it's conversion, another time it's a baby naming, it might be a funeral. There are all these times in our lives that you all let us in. And it's a really proud moment for us. And so I wanted to say thank you for that. The other part of this is like the kavanah thing. This is what being Jewish is like. On this hand, but on the other hand. So the other thing is, when someone converts, when someone becomes Jewish, which anyone can do, it just with some study, you would need to know what you're doing when you make such a decision. But when someone becomes Jewish, once they've gone through the ritual, they're Jewish. They're not, a convert. They're just Jewish. And this is something I've really, that's meaningful to me. I call people Jews by chance and Jews by choice. But also, some people have told me, no, Rabbi, I converted. I went through this. This is important to me. I want to be known as a Gior, Gioret. I want to be known as a convert. And so I'm always a little bit, I do a little dance. So we haven't really done this public acknowledgement in a long time, but the two of you, we're really psyched for it. So I want to invite you up. And again, you can come with your friends, spouses, sisters. And I know that you have a Temple Bethel bag, but this one is all in Hebrew. And let's see, I want to make sure I give the right one to the right person. This is Zoe. My biggest question for you is, how do you get the computer to put the umlaut? I do have a Mac.
Hold your E key down.
Yeah?
And it'll pop up, and then you can arrow over and select it.
Oh my God! That is so cool. Okay. And thank you so much. And these are gifts from Temple Bethel and also the Wilson Family Fund. Oh, I guess, who wants to be the guinea pig? I can show people what, okay. So I really like giving people this book called The Observant Life. And The Wisdom of Conservative Judaism for Contemporary Jews. And it's got all this stuff about, about kashrut and life cycle and the holidays and values and all this kind of stuff. And this is what we used to give people who converted. Until I was told, well, Rabbi, that's yeah, thanks. But why don't we give people something useful? So we have Kiddush cups for you. Do you want to open it and see what it looks like? They're both the same, but you should do it too. Yeah. And we hope you can use this under the chuppah if you want. We hope you can use it every Friday night.
Beautiful.
Does that, and it has a little thing for you to put it. Now I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the reason that there is a little platter that goes under Kiddush cups. What you're supposed to do is fill it till it spills over, because this is you fill it with joy. That's what the wine is all about. So you're so welcome. And then I want to offer you a blessing. Our God and God of our ancestors, you called Abraham and Sarah to make your sovereignty known to all humanity. You summoned Moses to teach Torah, thus bringing all humanity, both near and far, closer to you. We now ask you to grant blessing to Zoe, Chaya Leah, and to Miranda, Mira, who stand before the ark of your Torah. They stand before your ark as the people of Israel stood at Sinai, choosing to accept your sovereignty and the mitzvot of your Torah with love. May they now live as true and righteous members of your people Israel, embracing their heritage of our past, sharing both the burdens and the joys of our present, very Jewish, and anticipating the glory of our redemption. Adonai, God of Israel, spread over them your shelter of peace. Grant them the treasures of your blessings in a life of Torah and Ma'asim Tovim, good deeds. And let us all say, Amen. Mazel tov. Love you. Do you guys want to say anything?
I'm gonna actually, I have so many people that I was a little overwhelmed to have people come, and all of you have been in my life for very different reasons, and I am so thankful that you're willing to come into our synagogue today, try on something different, even if it's a different hat, and celebrate
Different
with us.
kippah.
Different kippah. And I also want to introduce Jay, because this may be one of the few times you see him, so I'm putting him on the spot. He exists, he's real, and thank you for all of your love through the 2 years of this questioning period, and for allowing me to grow and staying with me as I grow and change. So much.
I need to find words. I'm grateful to have gone through this with you. You have been such a presence of joy and positivity in our life, and I'm so grateful that we got to go through this together, and with you as well. So thank you both for being my partners.
And I'm going to invite everyone to rise for Kiddush. We'll all do it together, which is on page 55 if you want to follow. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim ki banu v'charta v'yotanu ki dashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat L'chaim. Must have been a new bottle. Okay, now you think you're sitting down, but you're not. But we're almost done. Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu l'shabech Adon hakol, lateit gedula liotzer breshit, Shelo asanu kagoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishbechot adama. Shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu echol hamonam, va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notei shamayim v'yoser haaretz u'Moshe v'yikaro b'shamayim mimal u'shchinatu zo b'gavei meromim hu Eloheinu ein od emet malkeinu efes ulato Torato v'yadata hayom v'hashevota elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim v'al haaretz mitachat ein od. Page 57. Al kein kavel chaden Eloheinu lirot meher rabbi fertu zacha laha'avir gilalin min haaretz ha'elilim karotu karetun letaken olam b'malchut shaddai v'chol b'nei v'asar yikru v'shmecha lahafnot elecha kol roshei haaretz yaki yedu kol yoshei tevel ki lecha tichra kol berach tishava kol lashon Levanach Adonai Eloheinu yikru v'yipol l'lichvot shimcha yikar yiteinu v'kablu chulam et malchutecha v'timloch alei meher alei olam va'ed ki ha'malchut shelcha hi ulamei ad timloch b'kavod kakatuv b'torotecha Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Well done, everybody.
Now you
Yahrzeits we're observing this week are for this evening. We're remembering Stephen Goodman, father of Sandy Goodman Brown, Edward N. Levy, husband of Judith Katz Levy and father of Charles Katz Levy, and Leon W. Gedacht, husband of Sharon Minkovitz. On Sunday, we're remembering Louise Avalon, mother of Becky DeLoise, Helen Bernstein Cook, aunt of Madeline Siegel, and Arthur W. Nasek, father of Lisa Plotkin. On Monday, remember David Davidson, father of Minna Davidson Noon, David Jaffe, brother of Marjorie Goldberg, Benjamin Kendall, father of Greg Kendall, and Fanny Roberts, grandmother of Carla Marcus. On Tuesday, the 19th of Av, we remember Rose Asquith, grandmother of Paul Green and mother of Thea Green, Max Nussman, father of Elaine Isahar, and Harry M. Toritz, father-in-law of Jerry Goldberg. On Wednesday, remember Lillian Weisberg, aunt of David Lewis. On Thursday, remembering Lenore Burakoff, mother of Patty Drapeau, Davina Green, grandmother of Paul Green and mother of Michael Green, and remember Paul Schechtman, father of Hetty Cohen. And on Friday, the 22nd of Av, we remember Beatrice Gratz, mother of Erwin Gratz. Is there anyone else we're remembering at this time? Each life is a whole world. In each is the breath of the divine. In affirming God, we affirm the worth of each one whose life now ended brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone and every life finds purpose. I invite those who are reciting Mourner's Kaddish to recite with me on page 58, to rise and recite. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Amen. Bialma divra kirute, biamlich malchute, b'chayechon uviomechon, uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'yamaru. Amen. Yehe shmei rabba mevorach leolam laomei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha b'richu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiran b'yalma v'yimeru. Amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel yimaru. Amen. May the one who makes peace in the heavens bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all humanity. And let us say, Amen. I don't think there's a whole lot going on, and I'll tell you why. How long do you have? No. We are kind of gearing up. We're gearing up to the high holidays and beyond. Usually we have some kind of a barbecue or something to welcome people back. But with all that's been going on and with pandemic, I don't even want to say it's over, but kind of in this transitional place, the staff really couldn't get things together. However, people are craving to be together and to be in community, and we have all these new members, and it's really terrific. So we will be, over the year, really looking for volunteers to help arrange and plan great and fun things. There's already kind of a Shabbat dinner thing that I already have some of you pegged for that you don't know yet. That's between, it's going to be between Simchat Torah, the end of all the holidays, and Thanksgiving. There are 4 Friday nights there. And we're thinking of doing something like, anybody who'd like to come cook, you might want to come with a group, come cook a meal. We'll have room for 40 people. We won't have services. We'll kind of have dinner services, and just be together. And so you were kind of the people I had in my mind. Oh, that's good. And we hope to have we hope to have multi-generation. It's not going to be heavy on the praying, but it's going to be heavy on Shabbat and being together and relaxing and have someone else cook for you. And so that's in the plan. That's one of the big things that's in the plan. Spirits and Spirits continues. I don't know when it is next, but it's... Thank you. Oh, he hasn't been there for a while. Well, that's great. Yeah, COVID kicked me out of that for this month, but I believe once you have COVID, you'll never get it again. That's what we've decided.
That's not true.
We don't need to know what's not true. We just need to know what we can make up. So I will never again say, oh, it's just a cold. It's not, it's not going to kill me, thank God, but it's not more than just a cold. Right, I'm not dead yet. Yeah. So, oh, that's true. Two. Any rate, so you guys are probably hungry. The service has gone a half an hour longer than it usually does. But so for those of you who are also considering converting because you thought it was so fun tonight, I can guarantee you it's not always this long. It's time for us to finish. So we are going to end with Shalom Aleichem, which is on page 5, unless somebody has something they'd like to add. No. Okay. Page 5. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom. You can get 3 more hours of this tomorrow morning beginning at 9:30. You don't have to. Have a great time tonight, a really good Shabbos, and it's wonderful to meet everybody. Oh, and before that, how could I forget? Okay, everybody. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Come rip and tear and have some fun. Thank you, Susie. I would have forgotten.
I asked him to come. But maybe we'll come next time. It was outside.
Yeah, I might have to. Yeah.
great.